Hi friends, it's Miss Paulson again. I'm trying a little bit of a different way to record our videos, so hopefully you guys will be able to hear me a little bit better. Just let me know how it is or after you watch these videos and make sure that, I don't know, you can hear me better because I went through and watched a couple of our old ones too, and some of the spots was really hard for, me to hear myself talk, so I wanted to change this a little bit so you guys can hear me a little bit better, okay? This video is on the book, We Built a Robot, so please make sure that you have your book, your packet, your marker, and your pen or pencil that you need to complete this assignment, and we'll work on this together, okay? So, this video, or this book, We Built a Robot, we are focusing on sequencing again like we did last week. So like putting things in order from first to last. So like in the beginning, this happened in the story. Next, this happened. Okay? And sorry if I sound really stuffy. I was working outside in the rain today and I think I'm getting a cold. So what we need to do first is we need to look at the front cover of this book and then make a prediction about what is going to happen in the book. Okay? So if you look right here, you can see that the daughter and her father are trying to, I think, it looks like they're building a robot. So I'm guessing that this book, my prediction is that in this book, they're going to go through what they did to build a robot or the steps that they took to build this robot, okay? So what we need to do is you need to follow along with me with your finger under each word as I read through this book. I'm going to try a different way too. So when I'm reading the book, you can see the book, okay? You probably won't be able to see me, but you might be able to see like my finger or my hand or my pen as I'm reading through the book, okay? So I'm going to try and flip the camera so you guys can see the pages of the book as we're reading through it to make it a little bit easier for you, okay? So here's the front cover of our book, We Built a Robot. So what I want you all to do is to turn with me to page 3. And follow along with me. It says, "Happy birthday, Sarah," Dad says. "There's a big surprise for you in the living room," he adds. Sarah sees a big box. It is almost as tall as she is. She rips the box open. Inside are 2 metal legs, 2 arms, a head, and a body. "Cool, it's a robot," says Sarah. "Let's build it now," Sarah says. And Dad brings in tools. "First, the robot's legs can go on," Dad says. "Next, the robot's arms go on," Dad says. Ooh. "Last, the robot's head goes on," Dad says. "I think it's ready," says Sarah, excited. She hits the big red on button. Nothing happens to the robot. "Is it broken?" Sarah asks. "I know what is missing," says Dad. He hands Sarah batteries. She puts them in the robot. Then she presses the big red on button again. The robot comes to life. "Happy birthday to you," sings the robot. "Dad, we built a robot today," says Sarah. "That means we have the same birthday," she adds. Sarah turns to the robot. "Happy birthday to you too," she sings. All right, friends. Okay, friends, now that we finished reading the book together, what I want you to do is I want you to grab out your packet and then your pencil or pen or whatever you're using to complete this assignment, and we'll go through it together. Okay, if it's a little wiggly, I'm using my phone to record this, so hopefully, you get a better video and better sound. So it might be a little wiggly. Sorry. All right. So this first part, on this first page, you are supposed to put a couple things in order that happened in this story. So what you need to do first, what I always do and always have you guys do in the classroom, is you need to put your name on the paper. So I'm just going to put Miss P on top. And I normally have you guys do the date, but since you guys aren't physically, turning these in, because I've been getting pictures of them and I really love how those are being turned in, you don't have to put the date on them. All right, so if you look at this packet, you'll see that it has 5 boxes that you were supposed to put a drawing or a sentence in, okay? So you need to find 5 special events in this book, We Built a Robot, to put on our worksheet here, okay? So I'm thinking back to one of the first events that I thought of, or first events that I saw in the book, and what it was is that Sarah sees a big box and she has a surprise. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to fill out step 1 or number 1 on this sheet. I want all of you to do steps 2 through 5, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm looking at number 1 and I say Sarah found a big box. And the one really cool thing about this worksheet too is it has a big box, so you can draw a picture with it too. So I'm going to draw a big rectangular box with a robot head in it and a robot body and arms that aren't connected and feet. Okay. So there's my Sarah found a big box and my robot. Okay. So that is what you do for the first page. You just put 5 events in order on that first page. When you turn to this second page, see if I can do this with one hand. What it is, there we go. It is actually, I'll show you, a cutting and sorting activity that you guys can do. Where it says you are supposed to cut out the words and place them under the correct heading. So if you look right here, it says starts with B or starts with M. Your job, and this one isn't one that I have to show you how to do for an assignment. This is one thing that you can do as a game with your little brothers or little sisters or your older brothers and sisters or mom and dad, is that you will just cut out all of these, and it's kind of like a matching game. So you have to go through all of these words and put them underneath the heading. So for example, birthday, would that start with a B or an M? If you look at it, it starts with a B, so you would put that under the heading starts with B. Or metal goes under M because it starts with an M, okay? All right, so this next, or I guess your last page, it looks like this, okay? And it says, have students write quotation marks to show the spoken words in the appropriate sentences. 2 sentences in the group do not need quotation marks. So I'm going to flip my camera again so you guys can see what I'm doing, so you can look at all of this. And then I'll talk you through it while you're, I guess, watching what I'm writing down and what I'm doing. I'll probably help you with 2 of these questions. And then I'll have you do the rest because there are 8 questions there, so you'll have to do 6 of them on your own, okay? All right. I'll see you in a little bit. Hey friends, so this is the worksheet that we're working on right now. So what it says at the bottom is that you need to add quotation marks. In our class, we have already talked about quotation marks. I sometimes will call them our talking marks, and they look like this. So like those are like the quotation marks. So if you say hi, it'll look like that. Okay? So we're going to look at number 1. On number 1, what you should do when you're looking for quotation marks or trying to add them to something, you need to read through the sentence first, and then you can add your quotation marks. Because once you read through the sentence, you'll be able to figure out what the person is saying. Okay? So it says, happy birthday, Sarah, Dad says. So if you look at number 1, we know that he starts talking here. And let's look through it again. Happy birthday, Sarah, Dad says. I think my second quotation mark should be after Sarah. Okay? So that you can see right here it says Dad says. So that's who is saying it, and this is what he said. All right? So number 2. Let's build it now, Sarah says. If you look right there, you found who said it. So now you need to put quotation marks around what they said. Okay? And remember, on this sheet, there are 2 sentences that do not get quotation marks at all. Okay, I can already see, I guess I can already see the 2 sentences that don't have them, but I want you to see if you can find them too, okay? Okay, friends, so that's all we had to do for this book. It actually is a pretty easy, I guess, packet or worksheets for the assignment that we have for, I guess, We Build a Robot. Make sure that you take pictures of it and turn it in either through Facebook, email, or Google Classroom. I've had a couple of your parents send me emails throughout I guess, this week and last week too, and that's a good way to turn in your stuff also, just so I can see it. So take a picture of your pages of your packet. And some of you actually have been turning it in at the school too. That works with me, just as long as I can see it so I can put some stuff in I guess, your grade book for this all. Thank you for working so hard so far, and I hope we can keep it up for the last 4 weeks, okay? Okay, I'll see you in a little bit.